record locally. Hello folks, Rever here, and I am continuing my flight. Let me unpause it. Oops, click on it and then unpause it. There we go, we're back to regular speed. Feels like I'm crawling right along, but we got some clouds here as we approach Moscow. Hopefully that doesn't become an issue. And let's see, so let's go look at that traffic. 7 o'clock. See them on our display here. I'm just going to say
Romeo,
traffic
Echo, Victor, Echo, Romeo, don't have the traffic.
So we're 91 miles out, and we haven't gotten vectors or anything else yet at this point. We're still at 27,000 feet, and yeah, the reason I switched over, I will publish this as soon as I get
Echo,
done.
Victor, Echo, Romeo, descend and maintain flight level 180. Descend and maintain flight level 180.
So let's get our vertical speed down and pull back on the throttles. Quite that far back on the throttles. Let's take it to about 10 or 12. And let's get our altitude set down to 18,000.
Descend and maintain flight level 200. Descend and maintain flight level 200. 866.
So yeah, when I recorded earlier, I had other issues. It seems like
Romeo, Echo, Victor, Echo, Romeo, you are 84 miles southeast.
Here we go, we're going to get ILS.
Heading 320, expect vector is ILS. Runway 14 right approach. 866, you are 84 miles southeast. Turn left, heading 315, expect vector is ILS. Runway
Heading switched over.
Right approach.
So somebody's like right with me here.
Expect vector ILS. Runway 14 right approach. 866. Turn left, heading 320, expect vector ILS. Runway 14
let's get rid of that for a second.
Romeo, Echo, Victor, Echo, Romeo.
Let's get our aircraft kneeboard briefing, and let's go down to UDD. There we go. So 14 right. So 14 right approach is going to be 137 on course. I see the number I'm turning to. Let's go switch over to nav 137, and then the ILS frequency is going to be 110.1. So we'll come down here to 110.1. So we'll see if we pick up a VOR signal. Let's turn our ILS volume up so we'll know when we're on it. Let's close this guy. Let's go to show our kneeboard. And all of that stuff is fine. So now we're going to start a descent. Altitude select. Auto VS to 1800. Power lever. We're doing 232 instead of 230. Once we get a little closer or something, we can start turning on some other stuff there. Got some clouds. I don't see any lightning or thunder, but like I said, hopefully it's not a problem in Moscow. So right now we're descending to 18,000.
Alpha 81300, ready to copy IFR clearance to uniform Mike November. Viper Romeo Alpha 81300, cleared to uniform Mike November, airport as filed. Climb and maintain 6000. Departure frequency is 119.5, squawk 6453, clearance void 30 minutes from now. Romeo Echo Victor Echo Romeo, turn left heading 290. Turn left heading 290. Romeo Echo Victor Echo Romeo.
Alright, we're almost at altitude. It's probably a little course correction.
Cleared to uniform Mike November, airport as filed. Climb and maintain 6000. Departure is 119.5, squawk 6453, clearance void 30 minutes from now. Romeo Echo Victor Echo Romeo, turn right heading 315, Viper 300, readback correct. Turn right heading 315, Romeo Echo Victor Echo Romeo. Moscow Center, Cessna Romeo Alpha 33300 is at 1,600, climbing 10,000, 866, descend and maintain 6,000. Cessna Romeo Alpha 33300, Moscow Center, roger, altimeter 3013, aeroflot 1102, climb and maintain flight level 360, Cessna 300, turn left heading 010, resume on navigation, climb and maintain 10,000. Turn left, heading 010, resume on navigation, climb and maintain 10,000, Cessna 300.
How are we doing on fuel?
Descend and maintain 6,000.
Oh yeah, 57 miles to go, extra 300 miles if we just had to glide there. Looks like a pretty nasty cloud right there, doesn't it? For us, the runway looks like it's just over this way somewhere. Seemed to have us holding at this 18,000 feet. Throttles back to about 12. And let's get our altitude select. Oh, I hear the VOR ILS coming in. Let's go down to 8,000. Get this altitude set first so we don't forget about it. Crash into the ground. Oops, not standby. Shoot. Level, we don't want that. Let's go back to heading. Hit the wrong button. Alright, so we don't need to listen to that too much. I'm assuming that's the right VOR we're on. Certainly makes sense that it's 48 miles away and this says 47 on this display here, so good in that respect. 10,000, so we actually have it doesn't look like we should have that much ahead of us as far as altitude goes. Train, I thought this was the train warning, you know, give you the maximum height. Alright, well, we're hitting some checklists here, I believe. So let's come up to... Yeah, we want to check our altimeters. Since they won't give it to us ahead of time. Oh good, we can get it for UDD. 321. So let's set those, which should be close, I hope. 321.
866. Contact Majestic approach on 120.6.
And we'll start back. Well, the throttles are back down pretty much. We'll wait till this descent's done to worry about getting down speed. Let's turn on our external lights. Seatbelt signs we never took off. Ice protection. Yeah, ice detected, so we should turn on all of that. Very good. Hold CDI pointer. I'm not going to do that. ILS runway.
Romeo, Echo, Victor,
Yep, we
Echo,
already did
Romeo.
that.
Turn right, heading 350. Turn right, heading 350. Romeo, Echo, Victor, Echo, Romeo.
Alright, 350. We got a big bank of clouds there. It's not breaking my heart to turn right. Alright, so what else do we got going on here? Arm tune approach. We've done that. We're not actually going to use the FMS for the approach. It just ends up fighting with the ATC.
Romeo, Echo, Victor, Echo, Romeo. Turn left, heading 320.
Okay.
Turn left, heading 320. Romeo, Echo, Victor, Echo, Romeo.
DMH set. And what is our altitude of the runway here? Elevation 588, so that should be set. We want it to be about 50. Oops, can't see because you're in the way, buddy. Yeah, 1590, it's close enough. Speed bug, we're going to use the warning, the red bar that comes up here that shows me the stall warning speed. Flap indicator, ground warning system, 15 set. Heading bug. This is upon receiving vectors. Yep. Set heading. Let's change the radio controls over to 1.
Romeo, Echo, Victor, Echo, Romeo. Contact Majestic approach on 120.6.
Now we're in the thick of it, huh?
120.6. Romeo, Echo, Victor, Echo, Romeo.
Alright, so altimeter and standby altimeters. Still haven't given us another. This guy will give us
Majestic approach. Romeo,
an
Echo,
altimeter
Victor,
reading.
Echo, Romeo. Descent 8,700. Descending 8,000. Romeo, Echo, Victor, Echo, Romeo. Majestic approach. Roger. Altimeter 3020.
Yep, so we're pretty close. Which I thought we would be. And we're almost down to 8,000. So we'll try to level this speed out right at 200. Like we're going to have to fly past the runway anyhow. Let's come down here and set this to 20 and let's set it to 40. So if you guys see, we're flying there. So we don't need the checklist for a little while, not until we get close to approach, but we'll slow down as we get to approach to 180 and then 160 as we get even closer. So we'll try to get this guy at just about 200. And we are slowing down a little more than I want. 40 on the RPMs. Let's see how that does. Six, 7 on the RPM. Got a bit of a tailwind. Just back down a little bit more.
866, contact the Majestic approach on 124.4. 124.4, 1466. So my stage of departure 812 is at 2,200, climbing 13,000. 812, the Majestic departure, roger, altimeter 3021. 812, turn right, heading 145, proceed on course, climb and maintain 13,000. Turn right, heading 145, resume on navigation, climb and maintain 13,000. 812.
Yeah, we're in some turbulence, no doubt. Which probably will make the landing a little more exciting. Speed's right about where we want it. And I think I'm going to fast forward a bit, at least until we get a descent. Should be coming up soon. We're blown all over.
So at Daniel Bus departure 309er, 309er, turn right, heading 255, resume on 812, contact going at 119er, 309er, turn right, heading 285, 309er.
That's a pretty long downwind leg, huh? Well, this happens every time you gotta fly past the runway.
Romeo, Echo, Victor, Echo, Romeo, descend and maintain 2,000. Descend and maintain 2,200.
Alright, so vertical
Romeo,
speed,
Echo, Victor, Echo, Romeo.
1800. Cut back on the throttles. Cut back further on the throttles. Let's set this to 2200.
309er, contact Moscow Center on 119er.5.
Altitude select.
119er.5 for 309er.
We got ice detected, but it's plus 3 degrees Celsius, so we should be able to. Well, it's only 45 here, so it's actually pretty cool. It's pretty amazing that the desert to the south of you is 100 and some. It's not that far away. It's far, but it's less than 2,000 miles. Huge difference in temperature.
Romeo, Echo, Victor, Echo, Romeo. Contact the Majestic approach on 124.4. 124.4. Romeo, Echo, Victor, Echo, Romeo. Majestic approach. Romeo, Echo, Victor, Echo, Romeo. Is at 5,700. Descending 2,200. 866, York 19er miles northwest, turn right heading 105, descend and maintain 2,200, clear ILS, runway 14 right approach, maintain 2,200 until established on the local list. Contact Numa Jejaba Tower on 119er.7, Romeo, Echo, Victor, Echo, Romeo. Numa Jejaba approach, roger, altimeter 3020.
Our altimeter's right.
Turn right heading 105, climb and maintain 2,200, cleared, ILS, runway 14 right approach, maintain 2,200 until established, tower on 119er.7866.
after we stop this descent, we definitely want to slow down some. We should be getting an instruction to turn to the right here fairly shortly. We should also start picking up the DME. Let's turn this volume back up. That's plenty loud. 200 seems pretty low for a
2500.
Echo Victor, Echo Romeo. Turn right heading 025. Turn right
Caution,
heading
terrain.
025.
Caution,
Romeo, Echo
terrain.
Victor, Echo Romeo.
runway's at 500 feet. That's still pretty low. Bringing us down to like 1,500 feet to come in. There we go. So we got the VOR. So the throttle's up a little bit. Alright, so now we're perpendicular to the runway.
Turn right heading 050. Romeo Echo Victor.
So let's
Echo
get down to
Romeo.
about 160.
119.5. Mooney 300. Turn left heading 110. Viper 300.
Alright, let's look at our D board. And what do we need to do? So 10 miles, we're not 10 miles. Yep, we got our altimeter set. Auxiliary fuel pumps both on. Hydraulic pressure on. Yep, we're doing a pretty good speed for this point. We can slow down a little bit later on.
Turn left heading 355. Proceed on course. Climb and maintain 10,000. Cessna 300. Turn right heading 150. Viper 300.
Not too bad.
10 about approach. 385 with you. 385. Numa dead about approach.
We're losing speed kind of nicely. Might even be down to 160 by the time we get turned here. I don't want to go too much lower than that, I don't think. Not at this point. Winds don't seem to be buffeting us as much. Still pretty strong headwind for as low as we are. And it looks like when we turn, we're going to have a pretty severe crosswind on this runway. Let's cheat and fast forward a little tiny bit.
Cessna 300. You are warp.
Turn left heading 3.
Romeo Echo Victor Echo
Yep.
Romeo. You are 25 miles northwest. Turn right heading 110. Descend and maintain 2,200. Clear ILS. Runway 14 right approach. Maintain 2,200 until established on the local list. Viper 300. Contact Moscow Center on 119.5. Turn right heading 110. Climb and maintain 2,200. Cleared ILS. Runway 14 right approach. Maintain 2,200 until established. Tower on 119.5.
glide slope indicator here, so
Romeo, Echo,
we should
Victor,
be in
Echo,
good shape.
Romeo, Lafayette Tower.
Only 11 miles
Straight in,
away,
runway
so let's
14
get
right, altimeter 3021.
the flaps down.
Make straight in, runway 14 right, Romeo, Echo,
Let's get the
Victor,
gear
Echo,
down.
Romeo.
Let's just check our keyboard real quick. So flaps 5, notify the attendants to sit down.
355.
Set
exit
altitude
runway
bug for go around, which this will be fine. The altitude we have it set at now. And once our needle starts to move, I like to put the approach on, move this down. So we got our gear down. Let's get our taxi light, landing lights on. Condition lever set to max. 900 and max.
355, turn next taxi.
We'll turn our bleeds to minimum. Oops, that's on normal. Minimum. And we should be in good shape, other than getting our flaps the rest of the way down. Which we want to give her some more gas since we have that gear down. I don't want to slow down too much. Let's hide this guy.
355, contact ground on 119.0.
As our needle starts moving, we'll put it on approach.
Runway 14 right.
We're only 8 miles out, according to
Clear
this.
for takeoff. Runway 14
Yeah,
right.
there's our runway right there.
119.0.
Yeah, we're still a ways off, aren't we? As far as right to left goes. Looks like it runs this way. And you can see here, you know, we're at a pretty good angle. So we're going to be coming in and turning as we get in. See, the glide slope needle's already moving. So I want to put on 15 degrees of flaps at this point.
Traffic is flowing 737 on the runway.
And knock down the throttle some.
Short, runway 14
Let's put them down to about 1800s. We'll try 1600, should be okay. I want to get my view where I like it for landing. And the needle is moving, so let's get it over to approach.
323, taxi into position and hold. Position and hold. 323.
Okay, so we're on approach. And we're slowing down an awful lot, which I'm okay with, but I don't want to go too much slower than that. Pretty soon we'll pick up speed with the glide slope. Yeah, we're really coming in kind of tight. Usually they take you out further than that.
174, contact Domatyanova departure.
It's a Russian thing.
120.6. 120.6. 174. 323, clear for takeoff.
Okay,
Runway
back the
14 right.
throttle back down.
Romeo, Echo, Victor, Echo, Romeo, cleared to land. Runway 14 right. Clear for takeoff. Runway 14 right. 323. Cleared to land. Runway 14 right. Romeo, Echo, Victor, Echo, Romeo.
Yeah, we've got a pretty strong headwind here at the angle we're going at. So hopefully we get over there in time. I may take over for this guy at this point. Yeah, let's take over from the autopilot. Let's give it a little more throttle.
1,000.
323, contact Domatyanova departure on 120.6. 120.6. 323.
Up a little bit. Yeah, that's a heck of a wind.
Approaching.
Start coming around a little
14
bit.
right.
Speed's getting too low. Probably want to come in a little faster than slower with this wind. Yeah, I'm getting too high.
500. 500.
And we're coming in too high. Let's back the throttles down some.
Plus 100. Minimums. 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 $100. 100.
Sink rate.
50. 40. 30. 10. 20.
Alright, well, it wasn't overly pretty, but got the job done. Let's get back on the runway. Yeah, I like having that reverse thruster. It did come up smooth on the
Echo Victor Echo Romeo. Turn
thing,
next
so at least we
taxiway.
didn't damage the plane, you know. Yeah, that was a pretty good crosswind there. Alright, well, we made it. That looked like a taxiway up there. Where the heck is the taxiway? Slow back down some. Yeah, I don't see a taxiway until I get to the other end of the runway.
4,000 feet remaining.
4,000 feet remaining to the taxiway.
Three 3,000 feet remaining. Two 2,000 feet remaining.
Romeo, Echo, Victor, Echo, Romeo, turn next taxiway.
Yep, will do. Roger, will go. I was half tempted to cut across the grass there.
Romeo, Echo, Victor, Echo, Romeo, contact ground on 119.0. Going to 119.
So let's stop here for a second now that
Romeo,
we're off the
Echo, Victor,
runway.
Echo, Romeo.
Our parking brake. Let's go tune to ground. Let's turn off our landing lights. Let's put our anti-collision to red. Turn off the wing lights and the logo light. Turn off our pitot-static heaters. Turn off our ice protection. There we go. Turn off that. Lights are set. Leave the seatbelt lights on. We can turn off our bleeds. Put our main tie to bust the tie. What else are we missing? Let's pull our control lock. Let's turn off our weather radar. I like to call it radio all the time. Alright, let's get rid of that. We don't need it. Alright. So, request taxi to gates.
Ahmedabad round, Romeo, Echo, Victor, Echo, Romeo, request taxi to the gate.
Romeo, Echo, Victor, Echo, Romeo, taxi to gate 42. Seat taxiway 910, Town 2.
Taxiing to gate 42, via taxiway 910, Hotel 2. Romeo, Echo, Victor, Echo, Romeo.
Turn on progressive taxi. I left the taxi lights on. Or is it just a... the taxi lights are on, just can't see them. So, welcome to Russia. Let's back off the speed a little bit. How fast are we going? Yeah, 36 is plenty. Alright, well, we got 3 flights done in the last 24 hours, so that's probably enough. I didn't want this series to take 4 years, so... I think what I'll start doing from this point forward is just recording it, pretty much throwing it up there, you know, unless there's some real good reason to pause. But between the issues I've had with FSX and issues with the stream just not being right, and you know, it doesn't appear to be anything on my end. There's no slowness. So if it's on my end, it has something to do with the internet, but I'm on a wired internet connection, so it's not like I've got Wi-Fi or something going on here. I sent it out this morning, it was fine. If it's Verizon's fault, there's probably not a lot I can do about that. If it's YouTube's fault or somebody in between, there's even less I could even possibly do about that, so... But anyway, I don't mind, you know, I was hoping the live stream thing would work out, but I guess it's just not quite up to, you know, streaming in HD, even if you have FiOS. I should have a plenty fast enough internet connection. So there's something else going on there. There's my taxi lights. So you just park out in the field when you're in Russia. Big asphalt parking lot anyway. As I'm getting used to this new joystick, guys, I'm really liking it. It's different, but I would say it's definitely an improvement. It's smoother. The Logitech, it could just be the one I have, it's like it's spring-loaded different, so that when you are trying to move it, it's like it moves an inch and then it like hits the what I'll call the outer spring, like, so there's a pretty big dead area in it, and I don't know, there may be a way to fix that or adjust it, but this is a lot more sensitive and yet at the same time smoother, you know. It's, you don't have as much of a dead spot in the joystick itself, so you can adjust for dead spot, but it doesn't mean you don't have a dead spot on your joystick, you know. So let's slow down before we hit the pushback cart. There we go, park brakes on. Oops, we should have probably put that to taxi in amongst all the other things we did. Let me turn on the dome light for you so we can see as we shut down. Let's take off our position lights, turn off our taxi lights, turn off our recirculation, turn these back down. Wonderful. Let's turn our control levers to start and feather. Didn't really mean to shut them off. Okay, they're not off. I think it's kind of holding up for some reason. Alright, main bus is on tie. Lights are out. So it got dark again here pretty early, didn't it? Let's turn off our lights. Let's open up the door. Oh, it's only 7 degrees here, so chilly. Alright, let's shut off the engines. And we should hopefully see an air hauler message here in a second. Wonderful.
Ground 385, taxi to the
385, taxi to gate 112, taxi rate 9103228.
So I am going to
taxiing to 8112 via
turn
taxiway
off the radio control.
385.
I think if you would turn that off, you wouldn't hear the radio anymore, would you? But let's turn off the battery. Look, you can still hear the radio. Where's it coming from? Alright, anyway, here, let me hit escape. Let's jump back over. I forgot to do this in the last flight. But let's end this flight. And we'll close this guy, yes. And we'll come down here. And we'll click on that. So we'll finish monitoring results. And we had a smooth landing. So after a rather harsh one with the first time with the joystick, we got a greaser and a smooth. I'll show you that in a minute. One of the things I did after the first flight, or after the flight last night, was there was 2 damages that I took that really weren't damages. So I did adjust that. I repaired the plane by 6%. If we go to personal info, flight log, if you look right here, we landed okay, 0 damage, and then I did a replay. See this, road to road, and it gave me 2 damage. And I did the same thing right up here where I landed coming from the other end of Russia to Tokyo, and I did 2 damage, but then when I watched the replay, I did 4 more damage. So I learned my lesson. Don't do the replay. So then after this flight, which was last night, I landed hard and I did 7 damage, and I thought about it. It's like, well, you know what, let me take back those other ones that shouldn't be. So now from this point on, I won't repair anything, not unless it, you know, well, we'll just see. Hopefully that doesn't become an issue. But there you go. So this was with the new joystick the first time, really my second landing ever. And I just came down too hard. I don't know what I was thinking. But other than that, we've been pretty good, you know, especially if you take away these 2. You know, we've done a little damage here and there, but all in all, for a relatively hard plane to land, not too bad. So before we forget, let's open a base here. And monthly rental, not much, 7,200. Boom. All right, so there we go. So we've done quite a few missions in the last few days. So we got 3 new bases being built. And kind of see where we've flown so far for it to be kind of a cool way to do it. And I may go on playing air hauler, using this as my start. Obviously, I've been a little bit tempted to just buy a plane and fly around sometimes off camera, but so far I've resisted. And what is our next destination here? That's the wrong thing. We don't want that. We want this sky vector here. Now that is what we just did. That's just what we did too. Let's come here and hit load. Load plan. Come away from Denver. That looks like Berlin, doesn't it? Oh, Warsaw. So from Russia to Poland, and then on over to England. So we're skipping Germany altogether at this point. Yep, London's Heathrow. Kind of figured I had to go through Europe. So if we look at the overall path, just so you know, that the total distance is about all the way around the world. By the time you add the fact that these lines aren't actually straight, I will have flown the circumference of the Earth at the equator. So that was one of the reasons I went so far up and down instead of just like cutting across Africa there. And other reasons are just to be able to make it. So, but really thinking now that I'm more experienced, I could almost have made it across. I'm sure I could have made it across here as long as we didn't have a tall headwind. I think most planes end up doing little jumps across from here to here to here to here kind of thing. But I decided to take a more southern route because I believe we can make it across this. We'll have to land on a little island there. All right, well, that's enough. I think football's pretty much started, so I'm going to go watch a little Sunday afternoon football. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I apologize for, the stream being so messed up. I will just shoot this up there as soon as I can get it up there. All right, see you guys. Bye.